Good morning. Morning. It's been a while. Mr. Lesham is here. And we are starting trig, grade 12 trig. Okay, this is going to be a very short one, and in the class tomorrow I'm going to add some more examples, but the concept is basic and it's not difficult. Okay? Alright. So what we're going to learn is called the compound angle formulas. And for once, I don't normally do it. I normally like to explain things. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to just splash the formulas here. Okay? We're going to use them, and that's about it. Okay? And then we're going to try and understand what they mean as we use them. Okay? Now, the bad thing and good thing. What do you want to do first? The good news or the bad news? The bad news is, as you can see, they look horrible. Right? They really look horrible. Okay? You will understand what they mean. It's not difficult, but just to try and remember them is very, very difficult. Okay? So that's the bad news. The good news is you don't need to remember them. They're on the formula sheet. Okay? So for once, it really works for us. Okay? So what does it mean, really? If you have a sine of two angles together, sum of two angles, it could be sine 30 plus 20. Then this formula shows you how you can split it into these distinct angles. So we have a formula for the sine of a sum of angle, or formula for the difference of angles for sine. Okay? Sine times cosine, cosine times sine. And the same thing for the cosine. I know right now it doesn't mean anything, so let's just do a couple of examples. Okay? So the question is, what they're asking us is expand the following and simplify if it's possible. So I've got sine x plus y. Okay, so we're starting with something with odd numbers. I imagine we'll work with numbers a bit later on. So we just got to expand it. Okay, if I call this, let's call that formula 1, 2, formula 1, 3, and 4. Which formula must I use? 1. Okay, it's the sine of a sum. So I just work with that formula, which is given to you on the formula sheet. Okay, in this case, A equal x, B equal y. Okay? So it's going to be sine x times, you guys read it to me, sine x times cos y, because B is equal to y. Can you see it? I'm going to write it down. It's the first time. So in this case, A equal x, B equal y. Okay? So sine x cosine y plus cos x sine y. Again, right now I know I'm hearing you and think like, how does that help? That doesn't look simple. That looks simpler. You're right. Okay? But you will see later on, I imagine next lesson, where this is actually going to help us. Let's do a couple more. Cosine alpha plus 10. So here we go. Now we have a letter and a number. Let's expand. Which formula are we going to use first of all? 3. Okay? Cosine of a sum. Okay, so I'm listening. Cosine. Okay, let me maybe write it again. Okay? So in this case, the A is equal to? X. It's not X, it's an alpha. Sorry. Okay, it's alpha. And the B equal? 10. Okay? So, cosine alpha times cos 10 minus sine alpha, yeah, sine alpha, sine 10. That's it. Simple, isn't it? Yeah. Simple. Let's do one more to make sure we got it right. Yes, that will be a good one to do. That will be a good one to do. So I've got sine 3x minus 45. Okay. Which formula are we going to use? 2. Okay. I'm not going to write what is A and what is B. Okay. Sine. Okay, I will write. That's your A, that's your B. Okay. Sine 3x cos 45. Okay. Wait. Okay. Minus. Yeah, forget the 5. Minus cos 3x
multiply
sine 45. Okay. Can I do anything? And at this point, I know you kind of really didn't think about it, but 45 is not just like a 10. It's what we call a special angle. And we need to remember that. Okay, we need to remember that. So, yeah, it's been a while, so I'm not going to answer even. I'm not going to embarrass you. But cos 45 is, and I'll write it down here. It's basically square root 2 over 2. That's cos 45. Okay? So I'm going to still need to multiply it by sine 3x. Okay? I just swap them around. Just nice to write the number. And cos sine 45 is also square root 2 over 2. So square root 2 over 2 cos 3x. Do they want to do anything else? Yeah, I mean, we can write it. I mean, I'm fine with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You can also put it all under 2, okay, if you want. It's the same denominator. Square root 2, I can hear Simon already writing here. Okay? Now they're funny about that. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I will definitely give marks for that. I will stop here, guys. Next lesson, we're going to practice a bit more.